Also appreciate, Randy, your reference to the fact that our government officials must be careful not to publicize certain types of intelligence data. You are so right. I mean, for goodness sakes, how about the Democrats in Congress who criticized the president for not giving them advance notice that he was going to send those B-2 stealth bombers to Iran to destroy those nuclear sites? I mean, are you kidding me? They're supposed to know about this beforehand? I guarantee you these people like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi would have been the first to open their mouths to pass along information to somebody who would do the same, and never give one thought to this affecting the lives of those pilots who flew those planes into Iran, because they don't have any respect for life. And after all, it was Schumer, I think it was on Monday, that stood on the Senate floor cursing about the Republicans wanting to remove abortion from any health care legislation. I mean, does that tell you what Schumer thinks about life and how precious it is? And coming back to to what Randy was talking about, when the press asks certain questions to the president, he sometimes says, "I can't tell you." And then he reminds them of the danger of revealing certain kinds of information. And he also reminds them that he sometimes intentionally keeps such information undercover, because one of his tactics is to keep the enemy guessing. I love that. I love that. It's one of the outstanding traits of the president, who knows exactly what he's doing. And this kind of secrecy to protect this country does not just pertain to the president. I will guarantee you at this moment, our Sheriff Johnson has certain kinds of information that he's not going to reveal, and for very good reasons. It just amazes me how the Democrats are always telling you what they're going to do for you. But what I'm afraid of is what they're going to do to you, okay? No better example than those in Democrat-led states that are refusing to adopt key provisions of the president's landmark legislation, One Big Beautiful Bill. The Secretary of Treasury, Bessent, says that states like Colorado, New York, and Illinois, and the District of Columbia are deliberately blocking their own residents from receiving the tax relief that's provided under the law, calling the move a blatant act of political obstructionism and a direct assault on the very families and the workers liberal politicians claim to champion. He said that by denying their residents access to these important tax cuts, these governors and legislators are forcing hardworking Americans to shoulder higher state tax burdens and robbing them of the relief that they deserve. And all of this kind of thing taking place that puts a financial squeeze on low and middle income households. And yet these same people are the ones that are hollering about, inflation or whatever. And the Treasury Secretary said that Trump's legislation, which was signed into law on July 4th, represents the most pro-worker, pro-family tax reform in a generation. Noting that it puts more money directly into the pockets of hardworking Americans through measures like no tax on tips and the service industry employees, no tax on overtime, and a new tax deduction for seniors who rely on Social Security. But again, you hold it, folks. I would ask the leaders of these Democratic-controlled states one question. Since you're playing so much on this affordability, they love their code words like affordability and diversity and inclusion. Oh, they love that kind of stuff, okay? I mean, you're supposed to be so interested in the welfare of everyday American citizens. Why in the world would you deny them tremendous benefits from the beautiful big bill? Of course, I asked the question. Of course, the answer to the talk line listeners is very obvious. It's because of their hate for the president. They could care less about the American citizens' financial welfare, noting nothing in the world but mumbo-jumbo stuff, straight out of the liberal playbook. And it's exactly why, without any apology whatsoever, I continue to say the demonic forces of hell have invaded that Democratic Party. I didn't say every person in that party is a demon. That's not my message. The demonic forces have invaded, and that's why you see the behavior. The proof lies in the ungodly behavior that are displayed by so many of these that are identified as such with that party. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Harry. God bless you again. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. 222-9224. 222-9224. I want to tell you about the folks at Deal Law. J. Ray Deal and all the great attorneys there at Deal Law are ready to help you. They're at 1153 Huffman Mill Road, right across from Mayflower Seafood. Now, you can call them to set up an appointment, 336-584-4448. Talk to the attorneys there about advice on how to spend down for those in a nursing home. Or
I'm listening to y'all this morning talking things that you don't know nothing about. See, up there at Western Electric, where you're talking about now, used to be a drag strip where cars raced each other. It used to be an airport up there. Mm-hmm. Do any of you remember that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, how many drag races did you go up there to? None. You don't know nothing about that, because you wasn't old enough. See, I'm 7, 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, and you don't know nothing about no drag strip up there.
I knew there was one there. I also knew there was...
You heard there was one there. Tell
well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you mean. You went to that up there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why are you fussing at me? I'm telling you that I heard about that it was a drag strip. I never saw an airplane land there either, but I knew it was an airport.
You heard there was an airport. You don't want to say that, but you weren't old enough to know nothing about it.
I heard it was an airport.
Yeah, right. There you go. Now you heard.
I also knew, because I heard it was an airport, I also knew it was an airport. I know that there was an airport there. Why? Because I've heard about it. People like you have told me.
Right, you heard about it. Because, listen, that's what we're saying. You keep on running back to that so you can get an argument. You see what I'm saying? But you won't get one with me. Listen, let me tell you about your Graham Courthouse. My daddy was a bootlegger. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he was. He bought a new car in 52. He bought a new car in 54 and going on. Well, black folks didn't have no new cars or nothing, hardly ever had a car. Listen, and let me tell you how he got the money for it. Listen, your courthouse back then had black and white motorcycles painted. Your police officers from Graham Courthouse used to come out to the house and fill up their saddlebags with liquor, white liquor, and go back to the courthouse and said that he had some of the best white liquor was in town. Now let me tell you about Ralph Wilson, and see if you know something about this. Ralph Wilson was a bootlegger. He hauled from the Steels. He used to come through 49 out there through grade level, and the police would be behind him running him in 1954. But they didn't have enough cars to catch him. See, he used to run behind the stores back there and let them go by and jump out behind them. Listen, and they tried to catch him again, couldn't catch him, look, and run out of gas. It was a 1954 Oldsmobile. And he jumped out and run, look, and they took the car, 1954, and put it on the police force and painted it black and white. Now, do you people remember anything about that? Do you remember anything about Carolina Theater up there when I used to go to it? Popcorn, 10 cents a box, and black folks went in the top and white folks in the bottom. Do you know anything about that? Listen, you can't tell me nothing. Tell about the junkyard that Levine had on Rush Street and sold alligator hides and things. And listen, you go by there and the alligator hides and things stunk so bad when I was 8 years old that you couldn't stand it. Do you know about Dr. Lee Shure? That was a black doctor that went right on up Rush Street there, and I had her upstairs, which my sister married his son. Do you know anything about that? You don't know nothing about laundry there now. When I was 6 years old. You don't know nothing about Redbird Cabin thing. Nothing about that. You see, you just talk what you want to know like you're doing now about these boats and things that you go. If you want to blow up the boats, blow them up. You see what I'm saying? You won't get no argument from me about it, but is it in God's way? You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to worry about. Look at your storms right now that you're sitting up talking about and going under storms, just tearing places all to pieces. No, listen, I don't have no sympathy for Texas when they were going down the house, the roads, the things are flooded, and the houses and things going down there. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. You're going to have this again. I have no sympathy for nothing that goes on in God's way. You're trying to take over God's country, but you will not. You understand what I'm saying? You can say these things and get your arguments and get your little henchmen and things that go along with you, but it is fit in God's way. You see what I'm saying? I'm 83 years old. Some of you people are going to suffer some of the worst things that you ever seen in your life, and you will never get to 83 years old. Now, you have a good morning and do exactly what you want to do, but remember what I told you. Is it in God's way?
All right, 222-9224. Sometimes I just have to chuckle. Because he said that I was arguing, I wanted to get an argument going. No, I didn't. I didn't want to get an argument going. I was confused. I didn't know what he was talking about. You know, he said, did you know about it? Yeah, I knew about that. No, you didn't know about it. Someone told you about it. Oh, okay. It's the same. I don't know. And so it appeared to me I wasn't arguing. He was arguing with me.
First of all, I didn't hear it. Someone sent me the recording yesterday, so I didn't hear the thing. But Randy Jones has no experience in what the federal government does, the CIA, the FBI. He has no experience in that. He is simply hearing and the news that we hear on the TV just because he was a police officer. One of the officers in the administration of one of the most inept, corrupt police departments, those police department at the time, had a chief. Well, I'm not even going to go into that, but one of the most corrupt inept police departments at the time doesn't give him any type of experience or any extra knowledge that we don't have that's not watching ABC News or Fox News. It just does not, and you're silly to think so. But let me say this to it's me that just got off here. You're absolutely right. I was telling a friend the other day with the horrible things that we're doing in this country right now, the Bible speaks of this, and the Bible tells us you will lose sons and daughters for your wickedness, for your disobedience. And that is very true. When you put up false gods like we're doing, when you accept the wrong in place of right, which we're doing. Jim wants to talk about the Democrats doing this and that. The Democrats didn't sit and let food spoil that could have fed kids, or didn't burn food that has already been paid for by the U.S. taxpayers, that let 400,000 kids so far starve, or the USAID money that could have went to little spot hospitals in Africa where the mothers or anybody could get to the hospital, but it was just recorded there a lady, because the USAID had been dropped, one of the hospitals, the hospital that was near her village has been closed, so she had to travel 137 miles, and she bled out trying to get there when there was one about 8 miles down the road from her village. So the Democrats didn't do that. And because we're sitting and we're giving excuses of why, and we're accepting of this, of why these things should happen and letting them happen, God is not just going to punish us for what other people do. He's going to punish that we sat back and watched, like Dr. King said. What did we do? What did the silence of our friends do when these wrong things were going on? But let me also state this, and this is why I really...
the ones who try to correct things, Your family try to kill those because they white folks niggers. They ain't with the white folks. They some sorry ass motherfuckers.
And you went on and on and on.
All they think about is some damn money. Church hypocrites.
The judge ruled that the files had to be released, and the DOJ has 30 days to release them. The DOJ has not released. The Attorney General, Brian Bondi, is redacting information. And I guarantee you whose name she's redacting is Donald Trump. But that's why the information has not been released, is that the Trump administration's Attorney General has not released it. And they have 30 days to do it. Okay, the next thing, and anybody who watched the news would know that. And the next thing is, it was said that Donald Trump wanted, it was said by the narrator of this show that Donald Trump wanted to release the files. That is a bona fide lie, because at this point, he is the head of the executive branch. He could release them right now. He had the power to release those all along. Just like, before it said, Biden, I say it for you, just like Biden, but Biden ain't president. But to say that he wants to release those files is an absolute lie. And matter of fact, he had a meeting with Nancy Mace and Marjorie Taylor Greene to try to coerce them to not sign the petition to release the file. So that is absolutely not true. So when people say, when you ask him, what have I said that's not true, that's one of them, but I could get a whole lot more, but I want to move on to something else. We talked about the economy as being good. Now, Charlie may remember this. I remember, and the Hard River Liberals should remember this. But for 8 years, we were told on this show that the Obama economy was anemic. That's what we were told. Although it set records for job growth, the GDP growth, also as unemployment dropping, and of course the stock market going up, which is not fully the economy. But we were told that Obama's economy was anemic. Now we have a dollar that has dropped for the first time in 50 years. We have unemployment has dropped to a low of for the first since 2023. We have more layoffs than we have ever had, I think, for 9 years. We have manufacturing constructing for the last, I think, 9 months. And yet and still we say this economy is good and is improving. And we point to the stock market. But when we point to the stock market rising under Biden and Obama, that wasn't the issue. And now affordability, according to Jim, is not a thing anymore. But it was a thing, big thing, when Biden was running for re-election and Kamala Harris was running for re-election, just like the interest rates, which, by the way, the interest rates are higher now than they were this time last year. So now we're told all these things don't matter anymore because Donald Trump is president. That's, again, making excuses. Like when we make excuses for there was no insurrection because there were no guns, which you stated, which of course is not true. That's another one of the things that you said wasn't factually correct on this show. But we're told these things over and over again, and then you stated that that the elections in New Jersey and Virginia didn't matter because Democrats were supposed to win those things. Well, there are people who actually went to school for things that they say they are, like pollsters. They went to school for these things, and they say it matters. You know why it matters? Look at Miami yesterday. Miami, for the first time, flipped its mayor seat to a Democrat. A gerrymandered district that the guy lost last year by almost 40 points, won last night as a Democrat in a gerrymandered district in Georgia. And in Pennsylvania, there was a seat flip. The first time in 100 years that a Democrat has now held that seat. But we're saying that these elections don't matter, but people who go to school for those things, and let me just finish this. People who go to school for those things actually know. But the last thing is this. Jim said that the Democrat-led states, look up the states that give the most money are called donor states to the federal government. Those are blue states. Look at the states who are the poorest states in the union who receive the most help, federal help from the federal government. Those are red states. So, Jim, don't come here and give your BS because I know I really do research. That is incorrect, totally incorrect.
All right, appreciate it. You put out quite a lot of BS as well, Michael. You just did. You know, you're talking about the Obama administration. At the end of the Obama administration, not at the beginning. I never said at the beginning of the Obama administration that the economy was anemic. You know, and it was at the end of the Obama administration. Right now, we don't know what, at the end of the Trump administration, what the economy is going to be. If it's anemic, I'll be happy to say that it's anemic. Right now, it isn't. Right now, things that the so-called experts said, this is all I'm saying, things that the so-called experts said were going to happen haven't happened. Now, you can cherry pick, which is what you do, and it's absolutely okay. I'm not criticizing that at all. That's what you do. That's what politicians do. You cherry pick the things that make your side look the best, and that's what's happening right now. The people that want the economy to look the best for Trump cherry pick the things that they want it to be, and the people that don't want the economy to be good, like Michael just said, they cherry pick whatever little things that they want it to be. This economy may end up being anemic. And if it does, I will certainly say that. I don't have any, you know, you keep trying to paint me with the same brush that you paint other people with. You know, I really don't have any great desire for to say things that are bad and say that they're good because it's Trump. I don't care. I really don't care. Right now, the economy is a whole lot better than the experts said that it was going to be. And it's not bad. At the end of the Obama administration, the economy was anemic. It had some terrible difficulties. But at the same thing then, is what you did back then too, Michael. The same thing then was you cherry-picked the things that were good. The economy is many, many things. And you can go through and take a look at the things that are getting better in the economy. And if you want the economy to be good because you love Trump, then you pick those things. You know, and you know, I honestly, one more thing, Michael. I honestly can't. I don't understand. All of a sudden, and this has been over the last 2 years, you just start besmirching the character of Randy Jones, trying to say that he is not an expert in different things. And you are absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. He's worked with the FBI. He's worked with the Secret Service. He understands what's going on. And within the work that he's done, he has...
Well, he better get his ass to find my money, who stole it from Alamance County, because I'm sick of this goddamn shit. Y'all better find my goddamn money, or your county is going to be gone.
With the federal government, and he has worked extensively with the federal government. He has trained federal government employees because he is the expert. And I don't understand why it is that all of a sudden, within the last 2 years, you have started saying terrible things about Randy Jones. And all he's doing when he calls up here is expressing what you get to do, and that is express your opinion, and what I get to do is I express my opinion. Randy is giving you his opinions, but they are full of expertise because he has worked with these organizations. He has given us vital insight into how things work at the federal level of many agencies. Why? Because he's worked with those agencies. He has status within those agencies.
We know about y'all damn white supremacists. I don't want to hear no more about y'all damn Randy Jones and y'all white supremacists. We already know how Alamance County works.
Country as slaves themselves. So it works both ways. And the reason I know because in 1753, there was a petition to the English crown written by 2 slaves in South Carolina. It was written in Arabic. There was asking to be free from slavery. So it's not just any group. Muslims was brought here against their will also. And and I'm going to say to old Jim, he's keep talking about the Democrats being demonic. Jim, some of the worst stuff that's happened in this country has happened because of the public. And yes, Michael is right. For close to 10 years, the people criticized Obama for everything, everything under the sun. Before he was president, and then after, years after he was president.
Ass people.
And I already remember you screaming to the top of your voice when he was running for president that somebody get to Obama and tell him, do not run against John McCain, a war hero. Well, he ran against John McCain as a war hero, and he won by a landslide. And also, the economy was so bad under George W. Bush. John McCain said in his campaign that the economy was not his strong suit. He admitted that he could not do anything about the economy. He had no idea how to do it. Not so with Obama. He was confident, and he got in and straightened the economy out. But he never got credit because, like Michael said, you went on and on and on about every day. Every single day you said the economy was anemic. And that's the way it goes on. And what Randy Jones might be an expert in some things, but Randy Jones does not have any information about drugs being loaded on those boats. He knows no more than any other American about what's on those boats, because he was not there, and your expertise and background cannot tell you what's going on in a boat in Venezuela or any other country. You can't, maybe we take Superman with X-ray vision to do that. And if the Trump administration wanted to clear that up, what they would do, they would seize the boat so they can seize the ship with oil. But I understand they wanted to steal the oil. And they could seize the boats too and show the American people, the people who are running the drugs, and they could show the drugs. And I don't want to hear that stuff about floating in the water. You could set up anything and look like drugs in the water, like cocaine on the empty box, floating in the water, and say, yeah, look what we got here. And all that stuff is about the oil. And it just comes down to it. Trump just stole a shipment of oil. And it ought to be ashamed of itself. It's headed for Cuba. And if anybody want to know why socialism doesn't work, look what's going on now. There are sanctions and bombings against Venezuela, and they're stealing the oil that's supposed to go to Cuba. That's why it doesn't work, because the United States are afraid that socialism is going to work and make them look bad. And so they're doing everything they can to blow things up and show that it doesn't work. But you see what happened in New York City? The people won't change. And that's what's going to happen. I don't care what the polling say, but you just wait till the midterm. The people are going to get tired of this junk that's going on with Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about
that's usually what happens. You know, traditionally, that's what the president, whoever the president is, happens all the time. That
It's going to happen again.
Well, I think that if somebody was going to be betting on that, they would be betting with you, because that's what's always happened. Why wouldn't it happen again? I hear that. I hear you.
Nobody. Listen, the American people can't live under all this stuff that's going on. We're starting trouble with other countries. And look, the reason why Vladimir Putin don't have to end this war with Ukraine is because the United States is doing the same thing he's doing. He's blowing up people in Ukraine. Trump's blowing up people in Venezuela. He's talking about invading Venezuela. But let me switch to something else that I want to.
Those are demons. People like Putin and Trump, they are goddamn motherfucking demons.
When you're trying to get in touch with a bank,
I don't mind calling their goddamn sorry asses out, because that's what the fuck they are.
Another business that they'll put you on hold and they won't answer the phone. And they give you the run around. They'll switch you one person, they'll switch back to another person. And you always say they do that. Oh, they don't want to talk to you. They do that, thinking you're going to hang up and let it go. Well, Harry, I think you're doing the same thing to the people who call this station. Yesterday, I called, and you never did answer. You was reading stuff, and I heard you say if something was important, but I heard you read stuff like, who can eat the most beans with a toothpick? And you talk about a junkyard in England, stuff like that. Who holds the record for the most teacups? Well, Harry, you could at least have the courtesy to tell the people, look, I'll be reading for the next 15 to 20 minutes. You won't be able to get. Or you could tell the people, look, when there's no waiting, call now. But you do the same thing that you complain about other companies doing. You let the people hang there, listen, you're reading stuff, and you never get to them. And I think it's arrogant. And I know you say it's your show, you do what the hell you want to do, but I think it's arrogant and inconsiderate that you let the people stay on the phone while you're reading something. You ought to let them know. Do not call the day I'm going to be reading.
You just said so, Charlie. I did. I said, I know there are people on the line, but I want to read this. And so I did exactly what you said. Listen, I hear you. I hear you.
Right, but you should have said, I'm not going to take any more calls the rest of the day.
Well, I didn't. I did take more calls the rest. I took 2 more calls.
No, you did.
I sure did.
I was on the phone, Harry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I did take 2 more calls. I know. I've got a log right here that says the calls that I took.
You did.
All right.
You did not.
Fine.
But listen.
No, I got to go.
Say this.
Okay.
Well, you're inconsiderate.
I am not inconsiderate.
No, you are arrogant and inconsiderate.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. I appreciate it. I am neither arrogant nor inconsiderate. You know, that's just sad.
I don't know.
All right. Well, glad to have you along. I'm telling you.
Oh man, look, I was quote unquote listening to my podcast last night, which if you didn't figure it out, that's a jab.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to my podcast, or I guess I was watching my podcast. That was a jab. And I heard a guy, he was talking something interesting. This is not going to be popular with a lot of people who listen to this show. He said that the Republicans have to do 3 things before midterms, which is what, 6-8 months away? Something like, just doing round numbers, maybe?
11 months.
And yeah, okay. And he said, they have about 6 to 8 months to do three hugely things. And he said the first one is economy, meaning, and he emphasized inflation. They have to bring inflation down. He said coming down,
but it needs to come down to enough to where the people can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the second thing is affordability. Affordability meaning interest rate, housing, that kind of stuff. And he said, that will most likely get done when he puts in another chair. If he said, and then he said the huge one I don't think he'll be able to do in that amount of time is lower prices, meaning lower prices in the grocery stores. He said, I don't think that Republicans can do all three things before midterms. And he said, if they don't do all of these three things before midterms, they're going to be looking at a huge swing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought that was kind of interesting. That I know that a lot of people on this program ain't gonna like that, but
well, that's what always happens. See what you just described. Why was it that Obama, who won in a landslide, he really did. He was very popular when he was first elected. He had a very high rating. Everybody they're going to give him a chance. They were really excited, but he got toasted in the first midterm. Just toasted. I mean, it was a disaster. And the thing is, that's what traditionally happens in the first, at the first midterm. That's what happened. And it is, if you go back and you look at that, it doesn't make any those three things. It doesn't make anything. Usually, doesn't make any difference what you do. The only thing that has changed it is war. When we declared war on the terrorists and went after them after 9/11, we were together after 9/11, and Bush got a little bit better deal because of we were fighting the war on terror, and everybody was on board with that, flags waving everywhere. But traditionally, you lose. Now, here's the deal. If you've got a big lead, the Republicans don't have a big lead, they'll have just a few, then you might be able to survive it. The problem is, it just is tradition. You can't fix prices. And here's the thing that's so insidious about inflation is once the prices go up during an inflationary time, like in the Biden administration, they don't come down. That's what happened to Obama. That's what's happening to Trump. These prices are not coming down. Now, certain things like gas prices are coming down. The prices of certain items are coming down. That helps, but it doesn't solve the problem. And it's just like what you said. If you don't feel like when you go to the grocery store that $27 steak that used to cost $10 isn't $10, then you're going to be mad at whoever is the president, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and because I haven't, quote unquote, done my research, and you might have, and again, that's another jab. When was the last time, and you may know this and I don't, when was the last time that Republicans or had a really good turnover or come out on the positive side when it comes to midterms? I don't know the answer to that question.
When Bush was in his first term, they did okay. Then it was not, they didn't have a landslide. But what happens is when you get to the second term, that's what happens. In the Clinton administration, the last time that was big, gigantic, and everybody believed it was when Bill Clinton had his first midterm. The Republicans took over the House, they took over the Senate, and got him so upset that he was willing to do so many things in the next 2 years that got him reelected. If he hadn't done a lot of the things that he did, like welfare reform, he would not have. But I think the last big smasheroo, now that's not the last time the Republicans had the House and the Senate, but...
No, I'm talking about just had a positive midterm, and I want to emphasize the word midterm.
Mm-hmm. last positive midterm was the second Bush term. They had a positive midterm. That was the last
okay.
one.
All right, dude, I know we're at the end
All
of
right.
the program. I shout at you, all right?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. All right, 222-9224.
Where is she?
Come on back, peaceful.
Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Paradigm.
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad.
And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Shine stars fit up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep
What could take the place of you? Nothing in the whole world. But you've been bad boy even though I've been a good girl. You don't treat me like a lady. I used to ignore that information about your reputation. But you don't leave me much joy. It's been so long since I heard your voice. Not another night will I let you walk out, leaving me to cry. Love me right.
time you want to be right, come on, put your hand together. Let's have some church in here. Come on, put your hand together. I just want to be right. 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 When you see me singing my song, I just want to be right. When you see me walking alone, I just want to be right. Girl, let's hear me say, oh yeah. I just want to be right. Say right. Oh yeah. I just want to be right. Listen here, when you see me singing, I just want to be right. Yeah. When you see me testifying, I just want to be right. When you see me giving God the praise, I just want to be right. Yeah. When you see me worshiping the Lord, I just want to be right. I just want to be right. Anybody want to be right? I just want to be right. Wave your hand and say right. Yeah. I just want to be right. Say right. Now come on, let's praise him up in here. Oh, be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. I want to be right. Anybody here want to be right? Be right. Anybody here want to be right? If you want to be right, let me hear you. Clap your hands. Let me hear you. Clap your hands. Say clap it. Ain't no one. Yeah. Be right. Be right. Be right. I want to be right. Look at me. I'm a young man. 27 years old. I could have been a drug dealer. I could have been a drug addict. I could have been an alcoholic. I could have been a gang member. I could have been a robber. But look at me. Giving God the praise. Just look at me. 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 Oh, be right. Be right. Anybody here wanna be right? If you wanna be right, come on. I wanna be right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. So right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. Holding it now, so I'm starting to feel good up in here. Oh, be right. Be right. Be right. Be right. I wanna be right. Anybody here feel like me? Not just today. In the morning. In the noonday. In the evening. In the midnight hour. On the Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I wanna be right. Anybody here feel like me? I wanna be right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. So right. Oh yeah. I just wanna be right. Now how much they know the devil don't have no new tricks? He just got new faces.